On the border of Monroe and Genesee counties, the tanker truck involved in this accident is still sitting down on the expressway, although just about a half hour ago, we saw emergency crews pull the truck out of a ditch, and rescuers took that driver, 36-year-old Mark Shaw of Warsaw, to a hospital in Batavia.
Rwanda police remain on the scene here, gathering evidence in a shootout and chase that began on Jefferson Terrace, continued here on Reynolds Street, and ended around the corner at a house on Tremont Street. Police say this chase began about 2:30. Two men armed with handguns.
Alan, quite a setup here, unbelievable. Although I suppose it's only right to have a party like this.
It is a gorgeous evening to get out and about. We've got temperatures that are more typical of mid-July rather than the end of March. Before we start with our weather, I do want to say hello to the fourth graders out at Northside School in Fairport. They gave me these cards.
It's called Grand Theft Auto, and its blood-splattered logo is a clear sign of how death and destruction is the name of the game.
Well, I think it shows a total lack of respect for human life.
Irondequoit Police Sergeant Richard Tantello hadn't heard of Grand Theft Auto before we showed it to him, but he's formed plenty of opinions about it now. The CD-ROM game for PCs works this way. Whoever's playing is carrying out missions for the mob. It's designed to give players a chance to be the bad guys, criminals caught up in everything from murder and road rage to bank raids and armed robberies. Along the way, you get to run over innocent pedestrians, shoot drivers to steal their cars, even blow away cops and run them over.
In addition to the entertainment purpose of it, it also sends a message that violence is okay. And that's not a message that, we can endorse or accept.
There's a quote on the back of this box from a computer magazine. It says, "Deep down, everyone loves bad guys." What do you say to that?
Well, you know what I say to that is ask the victim of a crime, ask somebody who has experienced some of the negative things that we saw in the videotape, and ask them if then they, in fact, really love the bad guy.
Actually, it's revolting.
Local consumer advocate Judy Brayman also took a look at Grand Theft Auto, which is very clearly marked that players must be 17 or older to use it. But Brayman says that doesn't mean it won't end up in young hands.
It's an attraction for a young person to get something like this, and if they're not 17, they can always have an older person get it for them.
News 8 contacted the game's manufacturer, which insists it's just an entertaining cops and robbers game, and not designed to be realistic.
What has become just a one-liner about this game, which is not about killing cops. This game is about comedy, it's about cartoon, and it's basically about mission.
I'm not for censorship, but I would hope that the people selling it would have good sense not to sell it.
Two guys that were crossing the tracks.
A crossing that proved to be deadly for 21-year-old Michael Walsh of Lyons.
They observed the train come in. One thought that he could beat the train and darted out, and it was too late, wasn't able to get back.
What you want?
It has the songs we know, and the shades folks in Rochester helped make. Blues Brothers 2000, the sequel to the 1980 blockbuster about two strange guys and their band, features a dozen different varieties of Bausch & Lomb's Ray-Ban sunglasses. But the star is the famous Wayfarer.
Hang on to it for the reception.
Bausch & Lomb employees got a sneak preview of 2000 at Regal's Henrietta Theater. The sunglasses are on the silver screen thanks to a co-marketing agreement between B&L and Universal Studios. This certainly is not a first for Bausch & Lomb. Ray-Bans have had starring roles in other Hollywood flicks, including the hit Men in Black just last year. In fact, sales for the Predator 2 sunglasses went up threefold.
She has a million tricks. She has just so many things she loves to do.
Molly is the trickster, a 15-month-old Jack Russell Terrier who may soon hit the big time. This Friday, Molly and her family will audition in New York City for David Letterman. Her specialty, well, if you sneeze, Molly brings you a Kleenex.
Good girl.
Helen taught Molly the Kleenex trick, but Helen says Molly is smart enough to be creative. Or is that sneaky?
Molly's not permitted on furniture unless she's retrieving a tissue. So when she hears a sneeze, the first thing she does is jump on the furniture and take the furniture route to get to the tissue box, rather than take the carpet, which she's always allowed on.
Oh, and Molly's not a one trickster. She can balance a book on her head and jump through a hoop. And if she doesn't make it on Letterman, she's even prepared to drop dead.
It's a mock disaster drill with different stations to allow the kids, first of all, to get to know one another.
We split up in group of two. They're taking the right, we're taking the left.
We did like a situation where it was like a house fire with victims. Go inside and try and find the victims. They filled it with smoke with a machine.
Good job.
They've done a smoke drill where they enter a building with smoke in it and find and search for a victim. Auto accidents, on how to deal with auto accidents.
Good shot. Small take.
You three are going to be on stabilizing the vehicle. Both sides need to be stabilized.
It feels like you know you're helping out the community and you know the people are getting something out of it. And I think personally, the actual people of the community take a look and say, hey look, there's this kid, 14, 15 years old, going around helping these firefighters out with stuff they may not be able to do. And it makes you kind of feel confident on where the community's heading.